we do, baby. Hey, we talking about Ohio State. We talking about Ohio State now. I told y'all I take this book and we running through everybody in the country. Running through everybody in the country. So y'all already know expectations are extremely high for Ohio State and Ryan Day. Like, they went out and they took that NIL money or whatever money they had and they went and got everybody they could. You know, hey, boy, they went and got players. So he got to do something this year. Like, I don't know how they want it to go, but, and what I mean by that is, I don't know if him just beating Michigan and making it into the winning the Big Ten, or what's the real main goal is to win the chip. But will he win the chip? I don't know. But let's just see what the book got him ranked. Y'all, hey, Missy Willie, you know the book got him ranked now. The book says, picking the Big Ten. They say Buckeyes look ready for the new bigger and Big Ten challenge. They got them number one in the conference. They got Ohio State number one in the conference, baby. They say good news, no doubt. Buckeyes won all season. They won in every position, so they won all season across the board. Bad news is pressure mounts on Ryan Day. Will he buckle? And how good are the quarterbacks? So they got a new quarterback named Will Howard that came from K-State. They lost the quarterback and he went to Syracuse. So, and that quarterback was proven. Will Howard he's solid too. And Will Howard with this offense, it should look even better because it's just that Ohio State be stacked, man. So, and then they say, I'll call. Feel that? It's a sense of urgency to win the Big Ten now. Correct. They want to win the Big Ten now. Their schedule set up very well because, you know, we done talked about their schedule before. P-Front, what's good? P-Front. Hey, you know we done talked about their schedule already, but we'll run through it again because I did their schedule versus Coach Prime's schedule. But, hey, they got it. Well, on this thing, Offensive Player of the Year, they got Quinshon Judkins, the running back he transferred from Ole Miss. He was running that thing. He was running it. Best pass rusher in the conference, they got Jack Sawyer, Ohio State. Best pass blocker, they got Ohio State again with Donovan Jackson. So that's sitting pretty good right there. First team, they got Will Howard, second team. They got their quarterback, second team. They got the running back, first team that transferred from Ole Miss. They got the wide receiver. Now, that's the NFL wide receiver. Well, they running back an NFL running back, too. But they got a wide receiver first team. They got Donovan Jackson first team. On defense, they got JT, a D lineman. They got him first team. They got Caleb Downs. You know for a fact he first team on probably in the Big Ten and the preseason All-American. They got Denzel Burke, another DB for Ohio State. They got a running back, Henderson at Ohio State, a running back. They got Jack Sawyer and Williams for D-line. On the third team, they got Josh on the O-line. And that's it. So they got some guys that's gonna do what they do. Let's get in. And like I say, they got them number one. All right, big games of the year. They have I don't know why well, I do know why. They got Ohio State at Oregon. Last time Buckeyes was in Eugene was 1967. So, you know we don't even play them games unless it's a bowl game. But because the new alignment, that's what it is. So, hey, Ohio State first big game was against Oregon. Well, they got Iowa at Ohio State. They say Hawkeyes last win in Columbus was 1991. So you know anything can happen, but that ain't happening. Let me see what else they got. And then they got the Michigan at Ohio State. So they lucky the game at Ohio State. Script is officially flipped as the Wolverines has won the last 3. So they're going to be fighting to see if they could break that. NFL talent, they got 1, 2, 3. They got 3, 4. They got 4 guys on here with NFL talent. 4 guys, the wide receiver, the DN, a cornerback, and a D tackle. So you already know what time it is. Ohio State, listen. And listen, we can't hire or fire Ryan Day. But the 3 losses to Michigan, but he was close this past season, close to getting in there. So the 3 losses to Michigan. Now Jim Harbaugh left. Now you got Coach Moore running it. So they going to feel he should beat Coach Moore being Coach Moore as a rookie. But by the time Coach Moore get to that game, he won't be no rookie coach no more. And I heard, like, coming out of Coach Moore's mouth that Jim Harbaugh liked Coach Moore so much that he wrote in the contract, the next coach should be Coach Moore. So whatever Jim Harbaugh saw in him, and that's a Michigan man passing the ball, passing the baton to him. So Coach Moore finna do his thing. We're going to end up talking about him, but y'all see who they got on that front page talking about that Big Ten now. That's that running back. All right, so let's get into it. They say Ohio State, the Buckeyes cleaned up in the portal, eventually landing the 2024 cycle, number 3 high school quarterback, a transfer from Alabama. Ohio State signed Aaron Nolan, another quarterback. God, dog. I don't know how that's going. Somebody going to end up transferring. That's just how that cookie going to crumble. Jeremiah Smith is a wide receiver. They say the number 1 player in the class of 24, and they say that boy like that. Then they got an edge named Edric Houston. So Ohio State went and loaded up. They say top recruits. They got Ohio State for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They got about 5 guys on there. So hey, Ohio State, y'all know what Ohio State gonna do. They do what they do. All right, they got a number 1 in the conference. Ryan Day, his overall record is 56-8 in 5 years. He hasn't won a chip. If the other coach would have stayed within 5 years, I'm pretty sure he would have won one. Well, you feel like he would have. The returning starters, they got 15, 6 on offense, 8 on defense. So that's good. They got them on defense because, you know, the offense, you could work into that. I done named all your ballers because they made me talk about them earlier. But the guys they brought in that transferred in, they starters too where they was at. So that really don't. So the overview, they say Ohio State roster is loaded as it has ever been. But to win the national championship, the Buckeyes probably need to play better out of their quarterback and O-line and special teams. And as good as the defense was, Michigan scored 30 points. Whoo-wee! Hey, boy, that thing for real. Most valuable player is Denzel Burt. Emerging star is Jack Sawyer. And top newcomer, y'all know that's Caleb Downs. Caleb Downs running that, man. That secondary finna be hey. So basically, number 2 on defense and number 2 on offense, them boys. Because this that wide receiver right there. That boy right there, he like that. That boy right there gonna catch that ball. So that quarterback gonna have somebody to throw to. Let's see. I think the star quarterback is going to be Will Howard that transferred from K-State. But you never know how that thing going to turn out because that pressure get on you, got to win. Let me see. And then they got Chip Kelly as the offensive coordinator. And Chip Kelly was doing like, I want to say the triple option during the spring game. Man, I don't know. Hey, I don't know what them boys finna do. And I'm pretty sure that DN, that true freshman Houston gonna play, and that wide receiver, ooh, boy, Smith is a grown man out there. Smith 6'3", 200 pounds. That boy finna play. I didn't know he was that big. All right. So on defense, Will Howard is a senior. He's coming to operate Ohio State. He got the keys to a big-time whip. They got running backs. They got wide receivers. They got the O-line. They got Ohio State got everything they need. We just got to see how. And then, like I told y'all, they schedule, to me, they only play Oregon, Penn State, and Michigan. They really got 2 to 3 games they got to worry about. Everybody else they should beat. They roster too loaded. Everybody else they should beat, y'all. They say it's Will Howard an upgrade over Kyle McCord. Kyle McCord is at Syracuse now. Kyle McCord threw for over 3,000 yards and 24 TDs and only 6 picks. So to me, he balled out. Now he might have didn't meet the standards of C.J. Stroud, but you can't. That was his first year starting. Justin Fields, but who was worried about that? Now they got to see what Will Howard gonna do. Will Howard is he's a runner. But a passer, I think Kyle was a better passer. But with all these wide receivers, you should be able to hit somebody. Yeah, they got that wide receiver going first round. They running back, he toted the ball. The other running back from Ole Miss, he gonna tote the ball. They loaded, y'all. They only got 3 games, man. They only really got 3 games, so we gonna see. Ohio State really could write their own ticket. Missy Will, you know it. Hey, D. Will, you say they return all their defensive players from the NFL except one that should be hands down. Correct, man. So they got everything they need to try to run the table. Carl, what's happening? D. Will, you say the magazine tripping. I know at least 10 players that's top 3. Right? That's what I'm saying. That was their top 3 for the whole conference. The whole conference. So you know that's all Big Ten with all they ballers. But again, when you look at the book, they give you a ballpark or something to go with. Because I saw that off of Colorado. So I don't just take it for what it is. Because anybody can end up starting. But they roll call last year except for Michigan. And then they lost to Missouri. I didn't know they had lost to Missouri. But they went and paid up. They went and dropped that money. So their team got it's a whole different squad. Plus you got Caleb. Listen. On defense, they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They got 7 returning starters. But Caleb Downs, that make 8 starters. And then the other guys that's getting in the game, they seniors and juniors. So I already know them boys got in the game at some point and done played ball. So Ohio State could really write their own ticket. Their first real game is Oregon, at Oregon, which is going to be tough. That's probably going to get ESPN to go over there. Because Oregon should be undefeated, and they should be undefeated. So that's going to be their first game. Then they got Penn State. And see, they got, between that Oregon game and Penn State game, they got Nebraska. So they can't let Nebraska trap them out on that game. And then they'll have Michigan at the end. So technically, if you count Nebraska as that trap game, they got 4 games. But they'll cream them. So they only got 3 games, y'all. 3 games to worry about. And then the Big Ten championship. So technically 4. Oregon, Penn State, Michigan, then whoever they play in the Big Ten championship game. But if out of them 3 games, if they could be 2-1, and then if they come and lose this game, they only have 2 losses. So they're going to get in the playoffs. They gonna get in the playoffs. GP, man, you tripping. Whoever that is. God, dog. See you, Buzz Dynasty, say Nebraska not. That's what I'm saying. They probably going to blow the doors off them. So technically, they got 3 games to worry about, and then the Big 10 championship game. So they got 4 games to worry about, and then now you get into the playoffs. And They should get a bye. They should. If they can win 2, which I feel they gonna beat Penn State, but I could be wrong. I feel they'll beat Penn State. The Oregon game, I feel like they'll beat Oregon. Now, I don't know what all Michigan got coming back, so I don't know about Michigan, but I feel like they'll beat Oregon, and I feel like they'll beat Purdue. I mean, Penn State. So really, all they got is Michigan. And then the Big Ten championship game. Carl, you say Ohio State quarterback transferred to Nebraska. Oh, one of them did. I know the one y'all got transferred from K-State. And then y'all got an Ohio State quarterback transferred to Syracuse as well. That was the starter. So look, y'all, I just want to ride out, run y'all through some teams. I'm going to come back and run through some more teams, but I'm finna go hit them weights, baby. Get them weights, not get them weights. I got to get that, I got to go from that 195 to about 175 before the summer over. That's what I'm on right now. Now, have I been doing the best? I've been doing my running and stuff, but have I been doing the best with it? Not the best. Because in my first week just chilling. Next week, I'm going to have to step it up. But I had added them weights, so I'm finna go back and hit them weights again, get my body back right. But look, that's Ohio State. They have Ryan Day, brother. It's on you. You can write your ticket. Beat Oregon, beat Penn State, beat Michigan, win the Big Ten, and then you got to put up or shut up in the playoffs because we know you're going to get in. You beat 2 out of the 1, you win. If you beat, if you end up with 2 losses out of the 3, you still going to get in the playoffs. So, at the end of the day, you just got to come with it. You got to come with it. Hey, blessings to y'all. Hey, we'll talk some more teams later today. Holla, holla.